What's up everyone, your friendly neighborhood onesie guy here, back again with another card review. And I know I've been slacking a bit over the past few days. I wasn't able to get any recording time in, and there are a shit ton of cards to get through. So I won't be trying to push everything into one video. I will be splitting them up over multiple videos because there are a ton of cards, but also a ton of good cards that need some discussion, and I don't want to try and cram everything into one video. So here we go with our first review of this batch, and that would be Mech Shock, a 3-mana 4/3 minion for mage. And another mech. After you summon a mech, deal 3 damage randomly split among all enemies. Again, all enemies, not just minions. And this seems to be a trend coming up with this set. The damage is mostly split, it says, amongst enemies and not just enemy minions, which is fantastic because that means this damage can go face, and you have a lot more potential outs here. Yet another card that is working into that mech archetype, mage mech archetype, that I'm hoping is going to be good. And again, even if it is trash, I'm still going to try it out myself. Next up, we have a Black Scale Brute, a 7-mana 5/6 naga for warrior, taunt and battle cry. If you have a weapon equipped, summon a 5/6 naga with rush. And there you can see the fire skill berserker naga that you summon with rush. So if you have a weapon, and again, for warrior, that's not difficult at all. Most warrior decks run at least one weapon, and there have been weapon warrior archetypes in the past. I don't see a reason why this won't happen again. There are some cards that will possibly add weapons to your hand or equip a weapon. You do have so many different things that can discover weapons as well. So for the cost of this, it does have that condition of having a weapon attached, but 7 mana for 10-12 in stats just by having a weapon equipped, which again for warrior is not very difficult at all. You get a taunt and a rush minion. So this card, I think if weapon warrior does become a thing again, we'll definitely get to see some play. It's just so much of a board swing for 7 mana. It's basically you're getting 14 mana's worth of stats for 7 mana. So do think this is a really strong card, and I do think it will definitely see play. Next up, we have a 7 mana spell for paladin, immortalized in stone. Summon a 1/2, 2/4, and 4/8 sea guardian with taunt. And there we can see the 3 guardians: worn statue, living statue, and pristine statue. Once again, another holy spell entering the fray for paladin. Just building onto that holy archetype that I think they are trying to push. For the cost of this, I'm not sure it's going to work in with some of the other cards that they've pushed out, but again, it's a lot of stats for 7 mana. So for 7 mana, you are getting 7 12's worth of stats. 7 14's worth of stats. And all of them have taunt, so that is a nice wide board spread for 7 mana. And especially with the other cards that have come in with buffing minions, we can definitely see this be played. Something else getting played on top of that to buff these minions, and then you've got a pretty wide, nasty board to deal with that your opponent has to get through, because again, all of these minions have taunt. So if it is a board-based battle, you are protected quite well. So yeah, in my opinion, very good card. Whether it will see a lot of play, I do hope so, as I do like more board-based battles. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what other holy spells and synergies we do get for paladin. Next up, we have a 2-mana spell for mage, Gifts of Ashara. Draw a card. If you played a naga while holding this, do it again. So basically, yeah, draw 2 cards for 2 mana. So pretty straightforward. Can fit into different types. Like I said, it's an arcane type spell. If you've got playing something that can draw many cards, for the amount of spell schools you played, so we can, that can work into that. So this is a decent card draw. 2 mana draw 1 card is not bad at all. 2 mana draw 2 cards is great, obviously. If you've played a naga, so you would have to, again, build your deck around also having naga in your deck. So this would obviously not really work in the mech build that they're trying to push. But again, 2 mana, draw 2, not that bad, not amazing. Will it see play? Possibly, most likely, but we'll still have to find a place for that. And then we get a 5 mana druid spell. Flip a friends, choose 1, summon a 6/6 orca with taunt, or 6 1/1 otters with rush. So yep, there we have the 2 options, the orca and the otter. I think both of these illustrations are so cute, especially the little otter there. Almost look like he's holding a rose or a flower to give to you. Where this would find place, I think definitely we've seen so many different versions of token druid. Having 6 otters with rush in a token druid build would not be uncommon to see. Or if you just are playing on the back foot board wise and you just need some protection for the moment, summoning a 6/6 for 5 mana, again, isn't bad at all. Are we going to get more cards that are going to have both effects that will give you the option of playing both choose 1 effects? We're going to get cards more focused around the choose 1 builds, hopefully. But I can definitely see this coming to a lot of druid builds, especially a token druid build, for both reasons. Again, just as protection, or as 6 minions on board that you can end up buffing whichever way. Druid has many spells that can increase the attack and health of the minions on board. So for 5 mana, I think this is a really good spell, and I definitely see this getting play, especially in a token druid build. Next up, we have a 3 mana 2/5 pirate for rogue, Cutlass Courier. After hero attacks, draw a pirate. So we've definitely seen pirate rogue builds in the past. Will this bring a pirate rogue back? I don't know. We'll have to see what other pirate synergies we can actually pull through from there. But it's pretty decent. You draw a pirate. Doesn't necessarily mean you get to play that pirate on the turn. So for just cycle, this is pretty good for 3 mana. Pretty decent stats. Very high, nice high health for a 3 cost minion. So early game, pretty nice, especially playing on curve. If you didn't have anything else to play and you equipped your weapon on 2, playing this on curve on 3, 100% perfect. You'll be able to get a draw another pirate, and hopefully it'll continue to cycle that way. Like I said, it can be pretty sticky very early on in the game because of its high health. So if there is a kind of pirate rogue build, I definitely see this being a core part of that. Next up, a 3 mana 3/4 neutral naga, Crush Claw Enforcer. Battlecry: if you've cast a spell while holding this, draw a naga. So this will also revolve around your deck having quite a few naga, or a number of naga, or possibly just one specific one that you want to draw that you haven't maybe drawn. You're running maybe 2 or 3 naga, or 3 or 4 naga, and you're kind of looking for that one that's going to swing the game. This can definitely help. It's again card cycle, card draw, which is great. Baseline stats, Spider Tank baseline stats, so that's perfectly okay for a 3 mana card. Whether this will be a big part in the game, I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see how many naga you can actually build a deck around. Can you make a full naga deck that is actually viable and competitive? We'll see. If there is, this card will definitely be in there because it will get you to draw through your naga a lot faster. Next up, we have another neutral minion, a 4 mana 4/4 Baba Naga. Nice name there, play on the Baba Yaga. Battlecry: if you've cast a spell while holding this, deal 3 damage. Again, can deal it to a minion, can deal it to face, which is great. The cards like this that give you the choice of where to send that damage. This can be a game ender, decent stats. I mean, 4/4 all round. I don't think it is that powerful of a card. Again, it says if you've cast a spell while holding this, again, these Naga decks are going to have to be a decent balance between spells and Naga minions for it to actually work well, for those synergies to continue to flow, very much like playing elementals in shaman. Playing an elemental every turn gets you that elemental next turn that you can actually get whatever battle cry effect from. I'm a little disappointed with this card. Just personally, I think they should have done more with a card named Baba Naga. I think that should have been a legendary minion, and maybe given it some more damage output or some more stats. Definitely a little bit of a waste, I think, on the name-wise, but all around not a bad card. Then we get to the big one of the day, our next Colossal minion. So this is an 8 mana, 8/10 beast for priests. We got our priest Colossal out with lifesteal. And then you've got the Blackwater Behemoth, and then you've got Behemoth's Lure. At the end of your turn, force a random enemy minion to attack the Blackwater Behemoth. So pretty much you get to heal. And this minion, the Blackwater Behemoth, has a very high health. Priest again has a lot of ways of buffing health, of buffing damage, especially from hand. And like I said, at the end of your turn it forces a random enemy minion, so could be a smallest minion on board, could be their biggest threat that you want to get rid of. Priest can definitely engineer ways of getting that specific minion to be the last minion on the player's side or on the opponent's side to attack into this. So not only most likely killing that minion, but gaining health back as well. So pretty decent. I can definitely see this getting played in some priest decks. Although at the moment things like Miracle Priest and Raise Priest are quite prevalent, and they are quite heavily spell based, so having a minion like this, cutting one of the other minions out of your deck for this might not be the best case. So unless you are reducing the cost of minions, playing this out a little bit earlier, or having this in a kind of desperation situation where you are playing against a board based deck that you want to get rid of their minions, or you just need that lifesteal, I don't know. Actually, I don't think this will see much play. I wish it would, because seeing new stuff and new archetypes come out is always great. But we also can't say, not knowing what the core set is going to bring in, what rotation that's going to bring in, and how that's going to change the meta as a whole. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I'll be splitting up all the card reviews over a number of videos, so just have a look out for the next one coming to you pretty soon. So wherever you're watching this from, I hope you have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye for now.